I'm here to promote Atomy. If anything catches your eye, feel free to contact me. Nice to meet you. Atomy came into my life as an incredible opportunity. But it was actually my wife who found it first. At age 30, she was told that her stage 3 breast cancer had progressed to terminal. Because she was so young, a lot of people around her felt heartbroken. Many friends and family started recommending all kinds of things, giving her gifts and suggesting products they thought might help. That is when someone gave her a bottle of Atomy's foam cleanser. She tried it and was really impressed. She looked up the Atomy website and realized they were offering everyday essentials, the kind of things we eat, apply, and use at home all the time. Since she liked the cleanser, she figured the other products were probably good too. She started switching her everyday essentials to Atomy. That was the beginning. We didn't start as business people with Atomy. We started as regular consumers. Now, I have to be honest, I wasn't thrilled about her getting into the Atomy business. You know why? There was just one reason, because it was a multi-level marketing company. But then my wife said, don't just reject it blindly. At least hear it out before you say no. If I had stubbornly refused and said, no way, I'm not going, I would have kicked away the opportunity with my own foot. At best, I'd still be working my 9 to 5. At worst, I might have been laid off and unemployed. But I didn't miss that chance. I went to see what it was about. Let me show you what that decision led to. The red graph shows the monthly salary I was earning from my job. The blue graph shows the monthly income my wife started receiving from the Atomy business. So let me ask you, would you choose the red graph life, where the salary comes in steadily, sure, but the moment you quit or get laid off, you stop earning completely? Or would you choose the blue graph life, where things may start small, but you use the products yourself, share them, grow your customer base, and eventually build a team of business partners, and your income keeps going up? If given the choice, I think anyone would pick the blue graph life. We were able to build that blue graph because we seized the opportunity called Atomy. And I can say this with confidence. If you also take hold of this chance and move forward with it, you can build your own blue graph too. So, how did I get started in the early days? My wife began the business first. I decided to quit my job and join her so we could reach Imperial Master faster by working as a team. I started going to the center, attending morning meetings, and officially stepped into the business. But after every meeting, the partners would only go to my wife. They asked her for sponsorship and consultations. No one came to me. I quickly realized I wasn't helping at all. After spending 3 months just sitting around with nothing to do, my self-esteem hit rock bottom. That's when I made a big announcement to my wife. I told her I'm going independent. After working for over 10 years, I used my severance pay to open my own center and start fresh. I chose a place called Yulha in Jongyu as the launchpad for my business. Fortunately, I recruited the wife of my former boss. She lived in Yulha. When I visited, I saw a new town forming, and lots of brand new apartment buildings going up. I thought, this is the land of opportunity, and I opened the center there. I told my partner, let's start by writing down a list of people we know. But then, I got hit with something unexpected. Her response shocked me. She said she had just moved there a week ago and didn't know a single person. I had opened the center trusting this partner. But she had no list at all. I had no other option. There was no real path forward in my business. So I went out to start cold contacting, aiming to reach 1 million people. My partner and I walked around, handing out flyers saying we're here to share Atomy, take a look, if you need anything, feel free to reach out. We worked hard, but later I saw piles of those flyers tossed all over the street. A security guard from the bank even came out holding a stack, saying these are all over the bank lobby. I started to wonder, is this really how this business is supposed to work? Can it actually succeed like this? So I changed strategies. I divided up the week and focused on business districts, where stores were lined up. Why store owners? Simple. Because they can't run away. If I show up, they have no choice but to be there and listen. The first place I tried was a coffee shop. I stood outside grabbing the door handle and letting go again and again dozens of times. I couldn't stop thinking, what am I doing? I left a stable job for this? I felt completely stuck. I just couldn't make myself go in. But then I noticed that the partner I had recruited, my boss's former wife, was standing behind me, quietly watching. I told myself just go in, hand it over, and leave. So I opened the door, ran inside, mumbled, I'm here to promote Atomy. If anything catches your eye, feel free to contact me, and ran right back out. That was my first cold contact. And like they say, the first time is always the hardest. After doing it a second and third time, I got used to it. Eventually, I was even handing out flyers to customers, not just the owner. As I kept going steadily for 1 month, 2 months, then 3, the store owner began to trust me and even started placing product orders. I thought, wow, this might actually work. But then I wondered, can I really nurture a sales master like this? That question weighed heavily on me. Whenever I felt uncertain, I went to seminars and success academies. I'd look at the people up there and think, if they can do it and I'm physically healthy, what excuse do I have? If I can't even do what they're doing, then I'm no better than anyone else. Then, a second opportunity came my way. I noticed a group of moms waiting to drop off their kids at the daycare near an apartment complex. I realized that unless they changed daycare centers, they'd be showing up at the same time every day. So I started handing out things. One day it was instant coffee, another day black coffee, then vitamin C. I'd greet them with, I'm here from Atomy. Here's some morning coffee for you. As I started handing them out, we started building familiarity and trust. Eventually, 3 moms showed interest. I invited them over to my partner's home. We served them Atomy products like ramen, kimchi, and mackerel, and they were genuinely surprised. They said, we thought Atomy only had cosmetics. That day, they said they'd like to try doing this as a side gig. And, for the first time, those 3 moms came to the center. It had taken 9 months to get someone through the door. For 8 straight months, not a single person came. All I did was keep paying the rent. Why do I call this my second opportunity? Because even though I had customers, I wasn't growing anymore. Why? I couldn't recruit members. Without members, growth stalls. But then I kept seeing others advance. Someone became a Sharon Rose Master, someone else became a Star Master, another reached Royal Master. It was proof that success is real. They're not ghosts. I'm not a ghost. Are the hosts today ghosts? No, they're Sharon Rose Masters and Star Masters. So I had the certainty that it would work. But I almost gave up so many times. I thought if I can't even nurture a sales master, I'll be stuck under my wife's scolding for the rest of my life. But I told myself not to give up. I kept meeting people. And then the third opportunity came. Now, those 3 moms don't do the business anymore. But you know what they left behind? One of them said, I know someone in Malaysia. That one sentence took me all the way to Malaysia. Atomy Malaysia was just getting ready to launch. I started spreading the Atomy vision there, and new business partners began to emerge. Eventually, a Star Master was born. They even sent me a photo from a recent Success Academy they attended. So, what did those 3 moms leave behind? They left me with a seed called Malaysia. And what about the very first partner I ever had? My former boss's wife. She's now in Indonesia. Since Malaysia and Indonesia are geographically close, the business started to spread into Indonesia through introductions made in Malaysia. Today, she's part of the Royal Leaders Club. I went to Malaysia to meet each and every one of those people, and now Star Masters and Royal Masters have emerged there. What did I do when that small opportunity came? I didn't hesitate. I went to meet it head on and grabbed hold of it. That's how I got where I am today. So, what did I really do? First, I didn't give up. I kept meeting people and turned them into consumers. Then, I invited them to the center and connected them to seminars. Even if some people didn't stay in the business, just stepping into Atomy often led to new consumers or future partners being introduced. What did I really do? I simply held on with persistence and the belief that Atomy would work, and I grabbed every opportunity that came my way. I didn't have any other options. That's why I chose to go all in with Go 100. And because of that, it took me 9 months to bring in just those first 3 people. It took time because trust takes time to build. So here's what I want to say to all of you. First, start with what you already have. Make a list of people in your network and begin from there. Second, set aside even just a small, consistent amount of time and commit to Go 100. Even if it takes a full year, keep going. If you do that, you'll be able to combine your existing connections with people you've never met before. That will open the door to new possibilities. You too can build a life like the one shown in the blue graph. But let me tell you when it gets the hardest. It's in those moments when you keep asking yourself, is this really going to work? Will it, won't it, will it, won't it? It's in those moments, please, don't quit just because your husband says something. Don't quit because a friend makes a comment. Instead, come to the seminars. Everyone standing up here today built this using the exact same tool. And that tool is Atomy. The seeds you plant early on will start to sprout, becoming loyal customers and committed members. And those people will be the ones who help take you from consumer all the way to Imperial Master. So I hope each of you grabs hold of this opportunity, and I look forward to the day when we all meet again as Imperial Masters. Thank you.